What is up, everybody? Another Bucs win means you get another film session presented by Microsoft from yours truly. That was ugly, but we still won 27-29 in a game that was much closer than it should have been. So we're going to try to have some fun with this film session. Here we go. First play, and I'm only going to show this play. I'm not going to break it down. There's some things I got to point out. We have one of the most exciting players in the NFL in Bucky Irving. All right, here we go. Let's pause this real quick. Before we get going, this is the L2, and you know what I'm talking about, L2 running after the catch from Bucky Irving. But this is what happens in this play. Baker wants to drop back, and he's looking at this matchup right here. We know who that is. That's Mike Evans versus Sauce Gardner. However, once this play starts, immediately your quarterback's looking and seeing this guy right here is over the top of these two guys. I'm not going to throw the football there. Smart move. He goes through quick progressions, and he says, you know what? I'm just going to give the ball to Bucky and let Bucky do what Bucky does. All right, here's what I wanted to show. All right, as he catches this ball, let's pause it. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Jets on the left side of Bucky Irving, okay? Just remember what I just said there. Let's play. By the time he gets to the number or the helmet, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Jets on the right side of Bucky Irving. This guy's just special. You watch this thing from the end zone. This is like not possible to be this elusive, but it's really fun when you have number 7 with the ball in his hands. I don't care how he gets it, whether it's a run or pass, it looks like this. Watch this. Look at this. Look at all those Jets over there. Okay. Now look at all those Jets right there. That's pretty funny. All right, let's get on to some real plays. Bucs had a really good defensive performance in this game. I don't know how many times they pressured, but it felt like it was every other snap. In fact, Lavonte David probably should have had 4 sacks in this game, but he didn't. All right, here we go. And the way they do it is always very interesting to me because they create so many different types of pressure. This one's gonna end up being single high pressure. So it's thirds. You got 3 receivers over here. So you kind of get a sense why they're playing 3 deep with 3 underneath defenders, okay? When we put this thing in motion, who's gonna blitz here? It's none other than my favorite player, Antoine Winfield Jr. right here. It's a weak blitz. Now, the thing that you wanna notice is that the Jets actually turn their protection the right way to block this. Center comes this way, guard comes this way. Everybody should be blocked. The back steps up because the linebacker is inserting right here, and so he comes to meet him. Now, there's a miss by the left guard, and Antoine Winfield Jr. does his best, reducing his shoulder move and gets underneath. And what I love about this play, he finishes on the football. Was there a sack opportunity early in the game that didn't result in maybe a completion that should have been a sack fumble? This is how it's done. Watch this. Again, they're sliding this way, right? The back's coming across to pick up the blitzing linebacker. This should be blocked. Wait a minute. Since we're counting today, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Bucs blitzers, and they still mess it up. Good job, Antoine Winfield. That creates a takeaway. Bucs kick a field goal. Now the play that really turned the game. It's a 13-6 ball game at this point. Bucs defense is only giving up 2 field goal drives early. Then they put the brakes on their offense. This, my friends, is another pressure. And it's actually not dissimilar, except there's 2 receivers on either side. So the Bucs are gonna end up playing quarters coverage. He's got a quarter, he's got a quarter, he's got a quarter, he's got a quarter. Now, we get lucky on this play because the onus is to sort out 2 receivers on either side of the ball. So this, whatever this guy does, or whatever this guy does, somebody has to, in here has to cover it, right? We kind of mess it up because if you pause it right here, that dude's wide open. This dude's eventually gonna be wide open, but thankfully the quarterback misses them because of this pressure. Again, they slide this thing the correct way. You see they slide to where the pressure's supposed to be hitting. This is Jacob Parrish entering into the blitz late, and he is the guy you need to watch in this play because he causes this quarterback to get a little off rhythm, because if Tyrod Taylor were to let this go on time, this is gonna be a completion down here, right? Watch his feet. He has to move up in the pocket. Move up in the pocket. It's very, very late. And then I just want y'all to know what this technique is called down here by our guy Jamel Dean, who had a really good game. This is called off the loop. Open it up. If the receiver gets you open, you're now on the loop. Now you're off the loop, and all you gotta do is catch it and score. 20-6 at the half. Bucs should be running away. They didn't. We found a way to make it interesting at the end, like we always do. But we got the victory. So you got a film session. You know what? We got the biggest game of our season next week against the defending Super Bowl champions. I'll see you here next week with Film Session.